All of the basic weapons, ammunitions, tools, and uniforms are made inside the factory. These world structures can be found in all Logi hubs and several other towns. They are indicated on the map with the factory icon. You can easily locate them by opening your map by pressing M, and while holding Shift, left-clicking twice on the factory icon in the legend on the left. If the icon has the color of your faction, it means it is operational and you can use it. If it is red, it means it is permanently destroyed by a rocket for the duration of the current war and can not be rebuilt. If it is white, it means it is destroyed and needs to be rebuilt. Destroyed factories can only be rebuilt if the town they are in have unlocked the industry upgrade. The factory inside the town can be rebuilt using a construction vehicle and will require 400 basic materials. Construction vehicles themselves can be built near any home spawn point, that is, any town hall, relic base or border base, and in garages. Truck icon on the map. Drive your CV with the 400 basic materials in its inventory towards the husk of the destroyed factory and press F to bring your CV into upgrade mode. When close enough to get the building information and the message in the bottom left saying press E to rebuild factory, do that. Press E to turn the husk into a blueprint and then hold down the left mouse button to hammer in the necessary basic materials. When the factory is rebuilt, you can open its menu by standing close to it and pressing E. With the factory menu open, you will see in the top left the inventory of the factory and in the bottom left the inventory of your vehicle. In the middle, you will find the production panel and on the right, you will see the output panel. The inventory of the factory is larger than it seems and has 40 slots in total. You can see all of those by hovering over the inventory and using the scroll wheel to scroll up and down. The production panel is divided into 7 different categories. Small arms, where you will find basic weapons like rifles, SMGs, shotguns, and their ammunition. Heavy arms, where you will find tripod weapons, RPG launchers, mortars, and throwable explosives like the Mammon and sticky grenades. Heavy ammunitions, this is where you will find artillery and tank shells, rockets, and anti-air ammunitions. The utilities category, which contains among others, gas masks and filters, tripods, melee weapons, radios, and sledgehammers. The resources category only has maintenance supplies in it. The medical supplies category consists of bandages, blood plasma, first aid and trauma kits, and soldier supplies, or spawn tickets. Finally, the uniform category has all the different specialist uniforms in it, with the exception of the pilot and paratroopers uniforms. The output panel is divided into 3 distinct categories: personal orders, squad orders, and public orders. Inside the production panel, you can hover over the icon of each individual item to see its production cost per crate, amount of items per crate, and other relevant information. Weapons, for instance, will show you which ammunition type they use and which attachments they could potentially hold. Weapons that use the same ammunition type are grouped together, and usually the ammunition itself is at the end of that group, 12.7mm ammunition being the one weird exception. The Argenti rifle, for instance, will cost 100 basic materials for a crate of 20 rifles. It uses 7.62mm ammunition and can have a bayonet attached. Icons that are grayed out cannot be produced yet and require tech tree research to be unlocked, which is also indicated by the line in blue saying requires tech in the hover over panel. Clicking the icon will put a single crate into a provisional order in the output panel on the right. If it's an item from the small arms category, it will show up in the small arms output order. Underneath the provisional order, it will give an indication of the amount of time the factory would need to process this single order. Also, the different types and amounts of materials the order needs, and how many of those materials are available inside your inventory and the factory's inventory. One crate of Argentis, for example, would take 1 minute and 10 seconds to produce. It would cost 100 basic materials, and currently there are 400 basic materials inside the stockpiles. Orders, at maximum, can contain 4 items. So you can also order a crate of ammunition for the Argenti, the 7.62mm. This will increase the production time to 2 minutes and the amount of BMATs needed by 80 to 180 in total. Adding a crate of lion claws and a crate of their 9mm ammunition will increase the production time to 4 minutes and 10 seconds and increase the price to 380 basic materials. If you change your mind and want to remove items from an order, you can do so by left-clicking on their icon in the order in the output panel. To make an order containing 4 crates of the same item, you can hold the Shift key and left-click its icon in the production panel. This will automatically fill the order with 4 crates of that item. If the order already contained items, it will fill the order to the maximum of 4 crates with that item. You can also remove all crates of an item from an order by shift left-clicking its icon inside the order. The factory processes orders per category in series, which means that if there is already an order being processed in the same category as your order will only start production after the previous order has finished. When another order or other orders are currently being processed, you can see their accumulated production time in the output panel next to the progress bar. If you have enough materials to produce an order, you can click the play button to start the production. Doing so will transfer the necessary materials from the inventories into the factory, using any available materials from the factory's inventory first before taking materials from your vehicle's inventory. Your order will be put at the end of the production queue for that category. The time it takes before your order is ready is the current category queue plus your order time. In this case, 4 minutes and 18 seconds for the existing queue, plus 4 minutes and 40 seconds for your order, resulting in 8 minutes and 16 seconds total before your order is ready. If you change your mind and want to cancel the order, you can do so at any time before it is fully completed by pressing the red cross icon in the output panel. This will cancel the order and refund the materials into your inventory. And if not all materials fit there, its access will go into the factory's inventory. Some orders will require more materials than a single truck can provide. 4 crates of purity shells, for instance, will require 1,000 basic materials and 800 heavy explosive powder to produce. To work around this, you can collect enough materials for 2 crates, 500 BMATs and 400 HE mats, and start an order for 2 crates. While that order is processing, collect the remaining 500 BMATs and 400 HE mats and return to the factory. Cancel the order by clicking the red cross icon and then quickly shift left-click the purity shell to fill a full order and click the play button to start the order. When the order is ready, a green check mark will appear next to it. Left-clicking on that green check mark will retrieve the crates from that order into your vehicle's inventory. When your vehicle's inventory does not have enough empty slots available, an error will appear stating inventory full. Free up the necessary inventory slots in the vehicle and click the green check mark again to retrieve the crates. Finished orders will stay inside the output panel for up to 60 minutes. If you don't pick them up within that time frame, they will be deposited inside the factory's inventory. Some items will require multiple types of materials to be produced. For instance, the Mammon HE grenades that require basic materials and explosive powder, the Daukus infantry support guns that require basic materials and refined materials, or the Havoc charges and detonators that require basic materials and heavy explosive powder to be produced. When putting these into an order, the different materials needed will appear separated underneath the order in the output panel. Though you can only have one order per category at a time, you can have simultaneous orders in different categories. For instance, one order in the small arms category and one in the heavy arms category. While your orders are processing, you can do other things. To check on the status of your orders, you can open the map and simply hover over the icon of the factory where you ordered them to see how far along they are. This will also show you the amount of orders currently running in each category. For each order you place, you can decide who will be able to pick it up. There are 3 settings: personal, squad, and public. These can be set inside the output panel in the little drop-down menu. This is even possible while the order is already being produced. Orders that are set to personal can only be picked up by you. Orders that are set to squad can, when finished, be picked up by anybody that is part of the squad that ordered it from the squad order panel. Public orders, when finished, can be picked up by anybody from the public order panel. All squad orders currently being processed will show up in the squad order panel. Finished squad orders will only be visible inside the squad order panel when you are part of the squad that it was produced for. So, if I order 2 crates of 20mm ammunition and in the little drop-down choose FFS as the squad, Crowd9er, who is part of the squad, can pick it up from the squad tab when it is finished. Reversely, when Crowd9er orders a crate of Kamitas and .44 ammunition, I can see the order being processed inside the squad order panel and pick it up once it is completed by clicking the green check mark. If Crowd9er, however, starts an order for his own squad, I can see the order inside the squad panel as long as it is processing. As soon as it is finished, it will disappear for me. If he now invites me to his squad and I accept, the finished order is now visible for me and I can retrieve it. All currently processing and finished public orders are visible inside the public order panel, and when finished can be picked up from there by simply left-clicking the green check mark. Crates produced and retrieved from a personal or squat order will be reservable. You can confirm this by hovering over the crate inside your inventory and seeing the line in orange saying reservable. Crates produced inside a public order will not be reservable, not even if you are the one ordering it and retrieving it. Crates that were not retrieved in time, 60 minutes, from a squat or personal order, and that got deposited inside the public inventory of the factory will also not be reservable. As per usual, a massive thank you to Crowd9er for helping to manufacture this script and some of the important footage. Also a big thank you to my YouTube channel members and supporters on Ko-Fi. Your support is much appreciated.